So, Kenshi is one of those obscure games that not that many gamers know about its existence in the grand scheme of things. But those who do know about it most likely have tried it and are most likely fans. Kenshi's world, mechanics, and design were all loved, and for it all to have been done by one person, it was just a feat. And, well, now that Kenshi has gotten a little bit more recognition and LOFI Games has grown larger than just one person, it seems the team is hard at work on the next entry to a fantastic world. That's right, everyone, I want to talk about Kenshi 2. So, as some background, Kenshi has been out since 2018, the full release anyways, but we've actually heard word of Kenshi 2's development from as early as about the same time. Now, I will admit, there is a good amount of info we've gotten, at least when looking at how far away Kenshi 2 actually is, but a good majority of that info is a little bit tricky to find. Along with that, it has been a little bit since we've heard word of Kenshi 2's progress. So, with all that being said, I might get a couple of things wrong as they change, or I might miss something recent. Nevertheless, Kenshi 2 is coming, we know that for sure, and speaking of what we know, well, let's just get into that. Moving now to the things we do know about Kenshi 2 so far, we do know that Kenshi 2 will be a prequel, taking place about 1,000 years before the timeline of the first game. Things will still be post-apocalyptic, but the world and environment is further prior to the degradation of society, so there is a possibility of more advanced technology and civilization. Then, speaking of being 1,000 years in the past, we will be in the same location and map, but it will probably be wildly different than what we know. There is word of new lands, cities, and people to piss off, meaning a possibility of the same island we know, just with more landmass that eventually eroded or broke away. I don't know. Going back to the new people to piss off though, on the topic of people, we've heard that the interactions with NPCs along with the city dynamics will be a whole lot more advanced and, well, dynamic. And still on the topic of people and NPCs, with things 1,000 years in the past, the races, cultures, and regions are most likely going to be a little bit different. We do know for sure that the Hivers and humans will be making a return, although with a few differences. Then, some things rumored to be added into Kenshi 2 are wall climbing, boats, and even what LOFI is calling a major feature that is currently being kept secret.
I've been thinking about you all the time.
Lastly, before getting to the development, is that we still will not be getting a multiplayer mode in the world of Kenshi. Yet. See, there is still a lot of time left for things to change and things to get different, so who knows, LOFI might add in a multiplayer option in Kenshi 2, but as of now, that is not an option. And now, really quick before shifting over to development, if you are enjoying this quicker video and you want to see more like it, slap that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on everything else to come. But on development side of things, as I said before, the game has actually been in development for a few years now, and so far things are looking good. So we do know that originally Kenshi 2 was being developed in the Ogre engine, but back in 2019 LOFI announced they switch over to Unreal Engine, which means expect Kenshi 2 to look bonkers, at least compared to the first game. But that also means to expect the game to take a little bit longer. With the engine changes, you can see for yourself in the dev diary videos, things like graphics and mechanics, for example the furniture free placing or the certain character models like Hivers and humans, it is all a major improvement and things are looking great. Next, devs have actually already started working on new modding tools, and that means mods quicker after release. And then lastly, on this side of development, there is word that Kenshi 2 will not have an early access, as after Kenshi found success, boosting LOFI up, there is less need to raise funds to actually finish Kenshi 2's development. But really, there is more that you can go check out for yourselves. Those are the big parts I wanted to go through today on the side of what we know at least. Now though, I want to move over to things I want and what I think we should expect in general. So the first thing is something that I touched on before and I'm just super excited to see, and that's what the story and new lore will have to offer. Like, sure, there's not really a story in the first Kenshi, not an easy one to follow at least, but at the same time, the lore in that game is incredible. Things like the unblown bomb showing what brought the apocalypse with only an environment object, or the ways the cities and regions came to be, coming up with their own laws and creating different religions, like the fact that some despise skeletons, or some regions and cities have certain bans on materials like hemp. Well, I'm just expecting Kenshi 2 to have the same level of in-depth lore, if not better, and I'm excited to see what the world was like 1,000 years in the past. I mean, will we finally figure out where Catlon comes from, or what his thoughts were prior to the Second Empire? I guess I'm just excited. I keep saying it, but it will just be great to see where everything we know came from, and see the past of the already known and loved world of Kenshi. Moving off that though, the next thing I am expecting to see, or at least hoping, is the top-notch base building system. I'm mostly expecting to see this because they've shown videos of what they've got thus far. The devs have posted a few videos on YouTube of how the development has been going, and from the building looks, I only expect it to work and feel as great as it looks. It seems way more advanced and seems closer to like a city building game. I don't know how to explain it, I just know that it's going to be way better and I'm going to be building up some crazy bases. But honestly, there's probably 1,000 of other things I could list off that I'm expecting or hoping for or that we know, but I feel like I'm rambling on with what's supposed to be a shorter video, so I'm just gonna wrap this up with some final words. Aside from all of the rabble, I can say that I, and probably the majority of you, are excited for Kenshi 2, and are also excited to hear the next piece of news on the game's release. Now, we don't know when we will hear word or see the game, but keep your eyes and ears open. And I know you could have gone and found all the information that I just spewed out on the internet, but hey, it's nice listening, plus this video is just kind of to say, it's coming. We don't know when, but we know Kenshi 2 is coming, and we've known for the past couple of years, and some of you might not know that. But the first Kenshi was not only an amazing game, but was just an accomplishment when looking at gameplay to development. And after Kenshi, I don't care how long it takes, I am hyped up to see what LOFI has to offer with Kenshi 2. Until then though, Kenshi will do just fine in the meantime, and we will have to wait till then. But I want to hear all of your thoughts on this video, Kenshi 2, whether you're not excited, whether you hated this video, I don't care. Throw any of your thoughts in the comments now. And if you like this video and you want to see more, definitely hit that like button and subscribe now to support the channel. If you want to support the channel more than that, along with get your name at the end of future videos, there's just no names yet, you could be the first to get your name. Plus, getting certain videos a couple hours early, and as I said, just supporting the channel. Go ahead and check out a membership to the channel now by pressing that little join button below, but do not feel pressured. If you're here, that is plenty. And as always, if you heard any music that you liked and you want to hear more of my home-cooked jams, be sure to head over to Billy the Whip on any music platform to find all the stuff I've cooked up. Lastly, thank you all so much for getting us to 1,000 subs. I know I've said it in the past like 10 videos, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it is insane. Hopefully we can get to 10,000 soon, who knows. Thank you all though, the support has been insane, and you all deserve the best day you can possibly have.
But this a game, I'm the only one with the hunger. I feel like Thor dropping lightning along with the thunder. Call myself the kid, I know I ain't getting younger. Trying to be the whip, it really feels like I'm gonna blunder. Nah, in fact, the whip is